Welcome to Mon Bazou. I'm going to do a playthrough on the new 1.0 release of Mon Bazou. If we look at the change logs here, this was came out December 18th, and I've checked it out a little bit already. I have a lot of hours in this game. I love this game, but I'm going to do a fresh start on hard mode in the new release. So a few things that they've done. They added a new fishing boat. It's pretty sweet. They added fishing to the game. You can pave the road to the sugar shack. There's Steam achievements now, and there's a hidden camper shell for the old truck, which is so sweet. Can't wait to get that. Sleeping now saves the game, except for hard mode, so that will not affect us. You can now buy the fences and place them on the land, which is so cool. It lets you customize your property, lets you do so many cool things in the game. There's a radar detector added. Awesome addition. You can now buy multiple bolt packs per day at Roger's shop. Huge change. That's such a quality of life. Added a fuel gun at the docks for the boats. Great change. Needed with the new boat for sure. Tow trucks can now rescue boats. That's cool. Metal bolts is now sold by Roger. Great. Scroll in third person to change. Oh, that's great for boat driving. Helps out so much. Sugar shack tubing will now be red if not connected. Oh, huge quality of life. You can now walk on the boat while it's moving. That sounds great. Change the water depth to be the same. I'm sure that was for logistical reasons, and that makes total sense. Wooden kegs and outdoor planters can now be burned. Great change. Great change. We can get rid of some of our trash now. All right, so then there's some bugs that was fixed. So you can go through and check that out if you want to read that and look at that, take a screenshot. And we're gonna check it out. So there's been a few more bug fixes, quick fixes. So there's some bugs that he fixed. Some more bugs that he fixed. You know, there's bound to be some bugs when a new update comes out. And yeah, so it should be great. And we're going to enjoy this start. So I have loaded a fresh start hard mode, but it was a save that has all the collectibles because I did not have all the collectibles, but now in this save we will. And I just did that for roleplay purposes, for RP and decorations. We can decorate with them. Some of the collectibles are quite cool, and now we have them all, and it's gonna be amazing. So here we go, we're gonna do it. Syrup Marshall, starting fresh. Let's get into it, huh? I'm so excited for this series. I'm pumped. I love this game, like I said, if you can't tell. All right, so there's all the collectibles. Got a rose in there. It's quite cool. Make sure we got the red shirt on. Yeah. Canadian red, baby. Candy cane. What we got in here? Okay, so these are all spoiled. If you're in hard mode, stuff does spoil. I think you're supposed to start with 2 that aren't spoiled, but maybe it's this collectible save. But that's okay. We'll get some in town. And I got a few syrups. So let's get started. Let's open this. First things first, we got to get our car put together. Let's see. Adjustable spanner, tighten bolts, install the wheel. Okay. Install the wheel on the driver's side. Yep. Buy a tire prep, tighten all lug bolts, intake. Talk to your brother Francis, sell firewood. Great. Oh, you know what? First things first. Our mother. Our friendship is 33 out of 50. Let's call our mother. 2109.
Oh, allô,
Hey,
mon
Ma!
garçon?
How's it going?
Bientôt, là, je vais
Oh,
avoir terminé de
thank
faire
you,
le ménage
mother.
de ta chambre. C'est sûr que si je trouve quelque
Oh,
chose
thank you for
d'autre
cleaning my room. Yes, if you find anything, let me know. Hey, we'll talk to you later, Ma. Bye, I love you. She's the best. All right, so let's start with these. Okay, we gotta get our rotors on. All right, we got the rotors going. Now let's get the calipers. Get those popped on. So we got that. Let's grab the spanner, grab a bolt. And we'll get that in there. I think there's 2. There's some bolts on the ground there. We'll use those as well. So I have an idea here. Okay, those are both done. So let's get these. Get that going. Another bolt there. These are in there. Good, good, good. Okay. Let's go ahead and put the intake in. We got that going. And we'll grab a bolt for that. So we'll use the ones on the ground as well. Oops. I got a bolt here. Another bolt there. I can't remember how many bolts to get the intake on. It's at least 3 or 4. 3 here, and I think 1 more over here. Yep. Great. Yep, that looks like it was correct. Okay. Let's do the wheels. Okay. We get the wrench. Grab another bolt. And we got 4 on the ground over there, so we'll just keep grabbing them from here. We'll use those for the other side. Okay, I think it's 5 for each wheel. Let's get these done and taken care of. We got 3 there. Okay. Oh man, this is gonna be an epic playthrough. I love driving this car, especially when we get it nice and souped up. Hard mode is such a spiritual journey too. But you start with practically nothing, and you gotta start by cutting some logs and putting them in your trunk of your car and your back seat. All right, we got 4 more here. Let's put these 4 in. Should be good here. Get that one going. That looks great. All right, so that looks great. That's to do. We gotta tighten these, I believe. Good job, good job. Tighten these as well. Okay, that looks good. Oh, I have an idea. We're gonna take out the back seat. We don't need the back seat right now. And we're gonna put the driver's seat in. So we're gonna take that out, back seat. That just gives us more room to stuff more in the back. I think it's 4 bolts for the driver's seat. Let's put those in. Yeah, well, we won't need the driver's seat for a while. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. Screw that one all the way. Good, good. Okay, I got 2 more. Yep, there we go. And then 1 in the back corner as well. Let's get that in there. And that'll be our driver's seat. There we go. Nice and smooth, baby. Make sure that's screwed in. Okay, I think that's good there. We'll take that out. Those in there. Take that out. Put these in there. We won't put a hood on yet. Let's close that up. All right, that's purring like a kitten, huh? Let's go talk to our brother. We need air in the tire too bad. So we can't put too much, weigh this car down too much because we don't have any air in the tire. so it's not going to drive very well. And in any little bump, if it's way down too much, it'll raise our anxiety, and if our anxiety bar goes all the way up, it'll kill us and we'll die. We don't want that. Hey, brother! Oh, shit. Don't stop very well with no air in the tire. All right. Let's get out. Go talk to our broski. Hey, Francis, what's going on? Oh, wow. Hard mode, you only start with one friendship. Wow, okay. And he gives us the chainsaw in hard mode. It's a little different. Pop that there. Yeah, I think in normal mode, I think you start with like 30 or something. Try to back out of here. All right, now we're gonna try to cut down 2 trees. I'm thinking we can try to fit 2 birch trees in this car and go sell it to the lumber mill. And that ought to give us enough money to maybe grab a couple poutines, get some gas if we have to, possibly buy the fishing pole. Our goal is to buy the fishing pole and the fishing bucket. So, see if we can accomplish that. If not, we'll come back and cut more trees. But we need gas and poutine. First things first. So I'll park up here. Now, this is 2 different locks. There's lock and then on. We're gonna leave it to on so that our wood doesn't drift. All right. So that's cut. Let's cut this one as well. Yeah, so when it's on, just on, your car's brake is on, but it'll drift, especially if there's heavy stuff in there. But the items in your car will drift with it, so they don't get disheveled. And if it's on lock, your car will not budge, but the items in your car will move. So they'll move without your car moving, and it kind of just shovels everything. So different instances call for different methods, but so we'll be using both as we play. Okay, we're gonna put that in there, and then we're gonna start loading our back seat. That's why we took out the back seat, so we could fit more. I don't even know if it allows you to fit more, but it seems like it could. So we're gonna try it. And yeah, we're just gonna try to fit 2 trees. We're not gonna go for 3. I think 3 is too many. I think I tried 3 one time on a hard mode save, and I think I died because I kept hitting bumps, and it was rough. The physics are kind of wild in this game. Try not to let them get us killed, or try not to let it yeet our car, you know, across the map, which I have had before. I'm been playing a lot of my summer car and trying out my winter car, so my brain has gotten used to getting in and out of the car like you do in that game. So I'm not used to clicking on the seat here. Like here, you gotta click on the seat to get in. There, you just kind of push your way in. I love games like this. This was my first like sim car style game, and then I just recently tried my summer car, and I'm glad I waited because it's such a masterpiece. I love that game. Okay, parking brake off. Yeah, we're a little way down, but I think we're gonna be okay. It's 11. We're gonna get to town as fast as possible. We gotta go to the lumber mill. Let's get this stuff sold. What's our gas looking like? Oh, we are low. We need gas bad. We should have brought the gas can with us, but that's okay. We'll bring it with us on our next trip. Yeah, this is bad. We're gonna try not to hit bumps, because I think when we're riding so low like this, I think that our anxiety will go through the roof and it will kill us. So good thing we left early, because we're gonna need all the time we can get to head to town. Oh, by the way, so I'm not playing with mods, but I do have this one mod installed. So I guess I am playing with the mod, but if you hit the map, we can load in our own custom map. And this is one of the custom maps where everything's just in English and has all the phone numbers. It's pretty cool. So I do have that. Just better helps for the viewer. You can read, because if not, everything's in French, and you know, I do not speak French. I am from the good old US of A. Ooh, yeah, we're hitting. Oh shoot, we gotta be careful. Okay, we gotta be careful. The anxiety, woo, that's scary. We gotta start growing weeds so we can get that pot, help our anxiety. Oh, I love this game. This is such a vibe. Yeah, we are way down. Big time, man. This is big time way down. All right, so let's get this going here, huh? Now we got to make it to the lumber mill, which on the other side of town. If we look here, see it says lumber buys logs. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh no, he's not there. So that's a guy right there on that porch. We got to get our friendship to 50 with him. I don't think you get anything for that, but I want to do it for the achievement. And that's where the parts store will be when we get it unlocked. There's a number of things we have to do to get that unlocked. Hard mode things are definitely a lot harder. There's the snack shack. We'll definitely be hitting that place up. We need some poutine. You see, our anxiety's already gone down, because your anxiety goes down if you drive the car fast, I guess, you know, without crashing. Let's see, we're getting it to where it's going down. All right, so let's sell these logs. Just kind of drive through here. I think this ought to do it. Oh yeah. Houston, we have a problem. Okay. So we should have brought our can with us. Dang it. No worries. Okay. We're gonna be okay. This is what we're gonna do. Oh, okay. So ideally we should have brought our can with us, but that's okay, because we are going to go over here. We're gonna buy a maple syrup. No, we're not gonna waste money on that. We're gonna buy a poutine. We're gonna eat one, and we're gonna take one home. Then we're gonna walk home. So eat one. We are gonna buy one maple syrup, but we're gonna drink it right now. Save the ones at home for us. Okay. So we are going to drink the poutine. So that's 44, and that's 89. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna want to buy those. We'll buy those tomorrow. So I'm going to take this poutine home. So we're gonna walk all the way home, I think. That's okay. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna walk all the way home. I have an idea. We're gonna walk home. Put this in our fridge. We're gonna sleep for the night. Tomorrow, we're gonna wake up. We're either gonna call Martin or we're gonna take the bus, actually. Better idea. We're gonna take the bus into town with the gas canister. Fill up the gas, go fill up our car, and then go fill up our car, go home, cut more logs, come back, and do it again. And maybe even grab, we'll probably even have enough to get the pump as well. Yeah, we got a plan. We're good. We're solid. I know there's mods. There's an inventory mod where you can add an inventory to the game. But I don't like it. I mean, it would be cool. I wish the developer would add like a backpack into the game where you can, or even just like a pockets, like where you can hold 1 or 2 things, right? Or a backpack where maybe I can hold 3 items. That would be ideal. And maybe nothing heavy. Just maybe like a couple maple syrups and a couple poutines would be nice. You know, 1 of each, 2 of each, something like that. So the walk home isn't terribly bad. Luckily. There's this cool grid system in the game where you can go like that. Kind of cool. So what we're gonna do is we'll go home. I'll put this in the fridge. I'm gonna grab the chainsaw and we're gonna cut down another 2 trees and I'll have the logs ready, stacked up, so I can just throw them in the car and we can head this way again and then sell those. And then we'll for sure be able to either afford the pump. We'll probably be able to get the pump, if not before. That's the first thing we want to buy, but we'll get the pump and then we want to get the bucket and the fishing pail. Because I think we can make some real good money with the bucket and the fishing pail. And eventually I think we want to get 2 buckets. Because when I was doing some experimenting, when the 1.0 first came out, I could sit in town there, right off the main road by the water, and I could easily fish 2 buckets. If I started early in the day, I could fish 2 buckets, and I'd still have enough time before the stores closed. So that's the, oh, you know what? I should have talked, not very smart, but I should have talked to the gas station guys to get my friendship up with those guys. That's okay. But we got to start remembering to do that. We got to start talking to those guys. Because we're going to need to unlock some stuff. And this game, I don't know if you've ever played Stardew Valley, but this requires friendship at a certain amount with some players to unlock some real cool things. Junkyard being one, second Koenig, racetrack, you know, making wine, getting the bartender. A lot of things require friendship in this game. Most things do, actually. Getting our garage built at the house, getting our friendship with the brother, getting the impact wrenched, you know, the compressed air wrench drill or whatever they're called. All right, that wasn't too bad of a walk. You know, it's good good exercise. I went for a walk today. I did not film it, but I was going to, but then I saw my cousin out there and we were talking for a while, so I didn't end up filming it. All right, we got our poutine home. We got home. We don't have a ride, but that's okay. 98%, that's okay. Put those there. Those are spoiled. Our fridge isn't even on anyway. I don't know, I'm putting it in there, but it doesn't matter. Recycle, this is trash, okay. All right, I'll throw those away. Let's cut this one down, huh? Okay, And well, we need the loppers too. Like, we should probably buy that with the tire pump if we can afford that tomorrow, and the gas. We can get gas, tire pump, and loppers with that money. I would be very pleased. I don't know if we have enough, but loppers are very important. We need to get those going stat because it's taking a long time to be able to do a tree again. I think it's like every 15 days you can do a tree, and then it's not even guaranteed. Tree's not even guaranteed when you prune it to give you a sapling. What it is, you essentially use these pruning shears. They call them loppers. I've heard them called that before. They call them that here around here on the farm. But use the loppers to cut the tree, and it has a chance of giving you a sapling, and that sapling can be used to plant a new tree. And I think a tree reproduces. You can cut you can lop a tree about every 15 days, I think, after you've lopped it once. So, or pruned it, whatever the correct terminology is. But we're not gonna need too many. We can actually cut one or two of these pine trees down, because we're not gonna need too many of those. We use those to build a sugar shack, but mainly the thing we want to replicate a lot of trees is we want maple trees, right? Because we want to set up a huge maple farm. And what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna plant any more maple trees yet. I'm just gonna get the saplings from the ones I have, because eventually I'm just gonna cut all of these down is the goal, and either sell the wood or burn it. I'll probably sell some of it, and then after I get the truck, but whatever I'm not in the mood to sell, if I have enough money and I don't want to waste the time, I'll probably end up just burning the majority of it. You can burn them in logs like this. You don't even need to split them. And clear out this area, that way we can make a nice neat forest. I'm gonna do rows, I think, like we're on a true farm. I think that would be cool. Right, we got this one. We'll keep going. I think we should do got one more to this. I think we should do those 2 pine trees right there behind our house. We want to give us a little space there, I think, so that we can a little room for I'm thinking for planting our potatoes and weed. All right. So we get that one. We get that one. Ooh. Get that out of the road. And we'll get this one. These ones, I don't know, they might be too big. I'm thinking to fit into the back of the truck. You know what we'll do once we get the loppers? Maybe I'll cut a few of these maple trees down after we lop them once. After we give them a little prune, then we'll cut them down. Because we're gonna end up cutting them down anyway, so we can make rows. But I was hoping that we could, I mean, we got the rest of those to prune, you know, even if we cut a few of these, so that's okay. Just trying to think what's the most efficient here, but you know, we're not speed running the game. We're here for the vibes. We're having a good time, you know. Here to make a video, you know, just have a good time. So as far as these videos go, I have no idea what I'm doing. Doing the best I can. I'm learning. I've already been adjusting my mic and making it sound better. You know, I'm sure there's a lot to learn that I have no idea, but you know, I'm not in it to make money or become famous. Doing it for the hobby. I game and I have a good time, and I'd like to document it and record it. And so I'm kind of here just to make a hobby out of it, really. So if you enjoy that and you want to see more of it, you know, watch some of my videos, I guess. All right. So we gotta remember this. So that pile there is 2 trees. This pile here is 2 trees. Okay. So I'm gonna make another pile of birches, and that'll be 2 trees as well. So we'll do them over here. Let's put these. Oops. We'll do these closer over here. And yeah, really what I want to get into, I think the best thing early game now, which wasn't an option in the past, because I've done a hard mode playthrough before, and I remember it was a struggle early on. I tried the pizza delivery, but early on, I mean, this is what you do. You sell to the lumber mill, and you make enough money to get the log splitter, and you're selling the wood to your brother, you know, and you're doing that enough then to where you could kind of start your maple farm, and you know, start doing the weed, start doing the potatoes, the fries. Speaking of which, we need to, when we get the car going again, we need to get a potato going, and also get those weed seeds. But I think the fishing is going to be the new meta for sure, and hands down. Fishing pole, fishing bucket, fairly cheap. And like I said, I was doing 2 buckets a day. Didn't even take me all day. You know, it's like maybe half the day or a good chunk of the day. 2 buckets down, and you sell them. And I was getting anywhere from 1,300 to 1,800 for 2 buckets. I mean, that's chef's kiss, mwah, as far as money making early game. So that's a great early game strategy, in my opinion. And I heard someone else talking about that in the Discord, and I was agreeing with them. I was telling them how much I agreed with them on that. So one thing I don't like to lose stuff here, but there's ways of retrieving items in this game. The dev did think of that. That guy in town that sits on his front step in the morning, you could talk to him, and if he's not mad at you, he will you can ask him to find an item for you, and he'll retrieve it, and he'll put it at his house there, that you pick up the next day. So it's pretty nice. But if he's mad at you, which he can be if you are in trouble with the law, like if you get a speeding ticket, he will not talk to you for a few days. I'm not sure how long, but definitely for a period of time. I don't think it's for very long though. At least a couple days, I'm sure. No one tells you is when you're making these videos or you're talking while you're playing, you're essentially just talking to yourself. It can get pretty cumbersome just thinking of stuff to say, but also it's easy to, you get dry mouthed, you know, from talking so much. So I'm learning. I might tone it back a bit if I'm talking too much. So I'm gonna, when I do my videos, I'll watch them and I'll listen to myself, and you know, be something about that old boy you don't like about yourself, you know. I heard an old timer say that once. Something about that old boy you don't like about yourself. Ain't that the truth, huh? How many times have you felt that way? Come across somebody? that you thought was cringe or got under your skin. So I always remind myself of that. Something about that old boy I don't like about myself. And ain't that the truth? All right, it's getting dark. That's okay. We got 1, 2, 3 more pieces to go. Now I just was doing this pretty much. This is very inefficient, but I was doing this to kill the time pretty much. It is getting dark, but we got a flashlight at least. That's kind of nice. All right. Oops, didn't mean to do that. And let's get that in there. Boom, boom. We got one more log. Let's go grab that real quick before we hit the hay. We'll probably drink one of our maple syrups as well, I'm thinking. All right, let's throw that there. Now, let's get this out. I don't want to forget it. Let's put it right out front. Okay, we have no light. That's okay. Okay, we got 2 bars on this console. That's okay. We'll save that for if we need to save in town. We are going to 20. That's okay. Let's go to bed, I think. All right, this is perfect. 4 a.m. This is great. Okay, so 4 a.m. Great. I think, you know, this might be a good spot, I'm thinking, to call the first episode. And so I'm going to save the game here. And on episode 2, we are going to take that gas can, make our way into town, and get everything we need and get our car. So I think that's a good spot to stop. Let me first, before I save the game, we'll have one of our maple syrups, and we will call it here for now. And I'll see ya on the next episode. Bye.